Welcome to G-Lite Concept. Today I'll be teaching you how to run a Glassmorphism in CorelDRAW. So to a Glassmorphism is a design that uses frosted glass effect to just create a sense of depth. You can use it on various designs, various interfaces. So to do that here, we are going to pick our rectangle tool right here and we'll create something. Maybe we'll draw something like this, and then maybe we'll just bring it a little bit of this, something like this here. Yeah, something like this. You can choose to move it up a little bit. Yeah, you can choose to keep it that way. And maybe bring it a little bit down again. Yeah, so you can still bring it down. Yeah, something. I think this is okay. This is okay. So we'll just curve the edges a little bit. Something like this, just a little. You can choose to curve it however you want, but I love curving it just a little bit. But you can see zoom for details and just add it a little bit. And you have something like this. Or you can leave it to the previous one. I think I prefer this one, right? Yeah, I prefer this one. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this rectangle. So we're going to click Control and hold and drag this out here. So you can just right click there and it has duplicated there. We can still use Control D to duplicate it. Just for depends on how you want to duplicate it. You can always use Control D or the other way around. Let's fit this to page. So let's give this a white color and no outline. Let's give this white. Let's give this black. No, just something dark. And let's give this an outline of 1.0 millimeters and let it be white. Yes, I think this is going to go very good for us. So now we're going to pick this, duplicate this out, use Control D or hold and drag. Well, I'm using Control D. So it has duplicated right here. So I'm going to apply a Gaussian blur effect on this. But you can't apply the effect here because this picture has been power clipped into this. So if you come to effects and come to blur, it's going to show you nothing. You can see this. So first of all, we'll convert it to bitmap. Sorry, bitmaps. Convert to bitmap and 500 RGB. Make sure this is all selected and hit on OK. It's processing and it is now converted to a bitmap. So we can just come to effects now, blur, and everywhere is active. So just pick your Gaussian blur and you can see the blur effect on this already. You can look at this, but this is too much for what we are intending to do. So let's just give a Gaussian blur of let's say 5. 5 is okay and hit on enter. Yes, so we are going to bring this and power clip it right inside this. Power clip inside. So if you look at this, you notice that this is in the center of our page. Right? If you click on this and press P, you notice that it's in the center. So it's not going to move anywhere. So we are now going to edit this power clip. Just double click or you can right click and say edit power clip. And then once you press P here, it's going still also going to align the same way this one has been aligned to the center. So just hit on P and there you go. You can see that. So let's finish our power clip. Now let's remove the outline here. So let's give this a black color. Let's give this black color. And let's come to let's give Gaussian blur. We are going to create a shadow with this. We're not going to use the normal drop shadow tool to make a shadow of this. We just use Gaussian blur to create a shadow. So let's come to effects, blur, Gaussian blur. Here it is. And it is a blur of 13.1, but I want one of 17. I'm just going to write 17 here. You can choose to drag it from here or anywhere. I love writing it here sometimes. So that's 17 and there we go. So this is our blur. So we are going to press on shift and select this. Then we press C. C is going to align it together and then we press E to bring it against each other. But we want it down. So we're going to select just this and control page down. Can you see that? We now have that paged down. So now we're going to bring this one we outlined. Same process, shift this and you hit on C and there it is. If it's not well aligned, just E and it will, but in this case it is. So now we're going to pick our transparency tool and let's drag it over here. I just want the transparency to be like the white should start maybe faint and then graduate into something thick and just something like this, just to give us a good feel. Yeah, I think I love something like this. I love something like this. Or maybe you can just write this a little more. Yes. So there you go. You can see we're already making good progress. Our outline is on 1.00 millimeter. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick this right here and we'll go to effects. We'll come to texture. This is texture right here and stone. Now you can notice there is a change here. Let me zoom in so you can see. Can you see this? Can you see the stone effect created here? So let's remove the outline. We don't need the outline. And let's fit to screen so that you can be seeing everything. So now I'm going to press our shift again and this and then C and as usual E. So here it is. Let me see whether that's what we selected. Yeah, that's what we selected. So now we are going to go to our transparency tool here and we select screen. Here it is screen. You can look at the change here. It's very, very evident. So now what we're going to do is we'll now write, let's take this away so you can see well. Yes. We'll now write class morphism effects. So we can just enter and enter. Or should we just use glass morphism? Yeah, we can just use glass morphism. Let's take this away. Let's glass morphism. Let's check for fonts. Let's use Mansera Black. And I'm going to just pick the shape tool and drag this so you can just come something like this. Then let's make it a little big. Let's hope it's not bigger than our rectangle right here. Whoa, it's bigger. That's no problem. We're just going to reduce it to fit. Yeah, something like this should be okay. Something like this should be okay. So you can always zoom to get more details. So we're going to give this white. If you want an outline, good. If you don't, good. You can also choose to maybe add a little shadow to this just to make it stand out a little bit more. Something like this. Or you can choose to make the shadow stop here. You can choose to do away with the outline. Whichever way you want it, just how it fits better for your design or whatever you want to do it. And then we are going to take this here and here you go. Maybe just bring it here. Let's keep it there. So that's down. Page control page up. And let's take it up. Let's give it white color also. So here we go. This is our glass morphism right here. We can choose to do some other effects. Maybe just draw a little rectangle here. Just maybe keep at this space so that we won't be having too much white space. It's just a choice. You can choose to do this or not. This is just a choice. Maybe write anything there. Okay. For this case, let me write 2. Yes. Let's can we give this white? Yeah, we can. And remove the outline. Let's make this 2. Let's give Montserrat black. And let's bring it here. Let's see what it's going to be. Okay. We can just add it here. You can as well hold shift and click on this, then C to centralize that. And maybe let's give it a color, this color here, right here. So I think we've done something there. Is this too bold? We can reduce that. Just come to here and change it to maybe just extra bold or maybe just Montserrat bold. Yes, I think this is better. This is better. So here you go. You can choose to work on this also. Any alignment you want. Is it left or right alignment? However you want it to be. You can still choose to leave it where it was. And you can leave your work here. This is a glass morphism, but you can still go ahead to add some effects. Maybe draw an ellipse here. And like I said, you can always zoom to, to view more. We just drag it a little bit. Just drag it here. Let's reduce this. And this, we're just trying to, create something here. We can still reduce this side so it doesn't get too long. Just a little bit. I think that's too much. like I said, you can zoom to get more details. And you look at this now, I think we are somewhere where we wanted to be. We are somewhere where we wanted to be. So you can remove the outline, none, but let's just leave the outline there. We'll do something on that and then we'll, let's give it white color. Then remove the outline. Then come to transparency. Fountain. I think that we should have something like fountain transparency. This fountain transparency here. And this is elliptical fountain. Let's give it this. And you can see, I don't know whether you can feel the changes, but something is going on there. And you can come to, let's come here. Let's check the blend mode. Let's see if we can get, okay, let's use highlights here. Yep, and we are having something there. So we can just copy this. We can paste this one. We just copy there. Maybe just make it a little bit more so it can be obvious. Yes, it's better. So Control C and V will give us an obvious field there. You can see something like a light there. You can see paste it. It depends on how much you want the light to be, but I think some of those were okay for me. So you can see copy this or maybe duplicate this and bring it down to the end here. And you can, like I said, you can always zoom for more details so that you can get more details where you want to place it. And so for this, I think this is perfectly okay for us. So I'm just going to leave this at that. We can still duplicate this, Control D, and maybe change it to just rotate it to 90 degrees, just 90 there and rotate that. We can bring it to the edge here. You can always zoom for details so you don't get a point wrong. You can drag it, just drag it for to just pick on it more. Yeah, something like this. I think this is okay. Maybe put it take it inside a little bit. Yeah, something like this is fine. You can as well duplicate this, or you can just click and hold, then click out Control Hold and drag it to this point right here. Right click to duplicate that. So I think this is fair enough. This is better. This is good. So this is how you create a glass morphism effect in CorelDRAW. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and come back for more. Thank you.